What I worry about most is that the autonomy that I have struggled to achieve, the quiet battles raged every day over my sense of ownership of my own body, will suddenly be erased. I worry that the fragile boundaries I have erected will come tumbling down in an instant. And that's from page 123 of I Know What's Best for You, Stories on Reproductive Freedom, edited by Shelly Oria, put out by McSweeney's in 2022. This is a nonfiction anthology. I read this pretty quickly for someone that's a slow reader, and thick books intimidate me. Um, this book covers a lot of different topics. Actually, I just realized I said it's nonfiction, but it's not only nonfiction. It's nonfiction, fiction, poetry, photography. There's all these different mediums within literature, actually beyond literature, right? Because there's photography, there's a comic, in order to discuss reproductive freedom. And so there are conversations about consent that are deeply layered, um, surrogacy, forced sterilization, medical gaslighting, medical informed consent, an overall conversation threaded throughout regarding female pain, disability rights, talking about judgment and shame placed on others based on their life decisions that have to do with their body, and how all of this affects marginalized communities as well. And so, from the very first story, I was absolutely, I guess you could say, captivated, for lack of a better word. I was just completely locked into the stories from the beginning to end. There's not a weak point in here. But what I would say is that if you do decide to pick up and read this, just, I don't know what you're comfortable with. So just look up the warnings for this book, because although, I love reading, and I kind of go forward into this, my journey through literature, just with the mindset of there's just so much I don't know, and I'm opening my mind to learn more. Um, it's also important for like a person to protect their mental health. So if anything in here might be too sensitive for you, like don't do that to yourself. It's not worth putting yourself through that. I just wanted to kind of give that little disclaimer. So with that said, I will give this 5 purrs all the way. And because of the disclaimer I just gave you, I'm not sure if I'm gonna do a spoiler corner about this. I'm still thinking about that. But thank you for subscribing. Please like, and definitely comment below if you've read this and if there's anything in particular that stood out to you. I'd like to hear your thoughts. So thank you so much, and I'll see you in the chat.